This conference will now be recorded.
So in the last class, we started with JSP, and JSP stands for Java Server Pages. And what is the main use of going with JSP? To develop server-side dynamic web applications. And we have seen the JSP tags. You have seen the JSP tags. Like the first one, page directive tag. The symbol of page directive tag is %@page, and we end with again %. And the use is used to import Java packages. The next one, include directive tag. Include directive tag, %include, and with again %, and the use is used to include other JSP pages. Next one, declaration tag. Declaration tag, and the symbol is %! And with again %, and the use is used to declare variables and to define methods. Then expression tag, the symbol is %, and with again %, used to access the value of the variable and to call methods. Then script tag, the symbol is simple, %, and what is the use? Used to include Java statements. Right? So these are the things we have seen, and we have taken some example codes related to this. Right? We have taken this, like whenever you want to define the method, declaration tag. When we want to include any Java statements, this script tag. To invoke any method, expression tag. Now, to understand more of these tags, let us go with one more example code. Let us understand this more with one more example. That is, create a HTML file which accepts a color from user. Then create a JSP file which reads the color from HTML file and sets the background color of web page with the given color. Sets the background color of web page with the given color. Now, let us understand this task using a diagram first. Basic color. So here we will be creating one HTML file. Let me take the name of the file as color.html. In this, we are going to accept a color here, like this. Enter a color and one submit button. Here we go with the color. To accept the color, we go with the text field and we go with the submit button. Now, let us go with some color, like if you say yellow, if you are going with the color as yellow, and when we click on this submit button, we want to connect to a JSP page here, like example bgcolor.jsp, and in this bgcolor.jsp, what we are going to do, we are going to read this color value. We are going to read the color value. Like example here in our case, what is the value of color? Yellow. So when the color is yellow, the background color of your web page, so here we go with the web page. So the background color of your web page, we want to go with yellow. and we want to go with a text message here. We want to display a message, background color L. Now, if the user is not filling any color or no color or null, that means or some spaces. So if the color is null or space, then we want to go with the background color as white here, the default color white, and we want to go with the message background color white. Right, this is the task here. Clear with the task, all of you? Any questions? Now let us write the code of this. Color.html, this we need to run, and bgcolor.jsp. Right click on web project and say new HTML file, color.html. Design the form action equal to bgcolor.jsp. Then go with a label, enter a color, a text field, input type equal to text, name equal to bgcolor. Then one submit button, input type equal to submit, value equal to submit. So when you click on this submit button, it connects to bgcolor.jsp. Now create bgcolor.jsp, create a JSP file, bgcolor.jsp. Now in this, write the script tag. Now read the color value. How to read color value? You can say string bgcolor equal to request.get parameter of bgcolor. Now, so after reading the color value, now we should check whether it is null or space. How to check? If bgcolor equal to null or bgcolor dot equals space. But how to know how many spaces the user has entered? User may enter 2 spaces, 10 spaces. But how to compare here? So to do that, what we need to do, we need to make use of a method called as trim method. In string class, if you remember, we are having trim method. What is the use of trim method in string class? To remove the white spaces. Trim method will remove the white spaces. After removing all the white spaces, we compare here with no space. So if it is null or space, then we'll set this bg color value as white here. We'll set this bg color as white. Now, how to set the background color for web page? In the body tag, we use the attribute bg color equal to. How to take the value of this variable? I want to take the value of variable. How to take it? Using expression tag bg color. That's it. So whatever the color you might have entered or no color, this white, that will be replaced at this place. So to take the value of the variable, expression tag. Now go with the message background color. I can take the value of the variable with percentage equal to bg color. That's it. Now so when we run, so if you go with a color like yellow, if I say submit, see we get the background color as yellow. If you are going with some other color like cyan, see we get the background color cyan. Whichever the color we fill over here, that color we are going to get as background. And if you are not giving any color or space, then we get as white here. Got it everyone? Any questions? No. Moving to the next concept here, JSP action tags. JSP action tags. So we're having the action tags like JSP colon include, JSP colon forward, JSP colon param, JSP colon use bean, JSP colon set property, and JSP colon get property. Right? Now, this last three as a combination topic which we'll be discussing. This is very important for us. Now let us initially go with include and forward. JSP colon include and JSP colon forward. Both are for same purpose. Use it to include other JSP pages. Use it to include other JSP pages. Now, let us understand with the program. Then after that, we'll understand the difference between include and forward. Let us go with the programs. First.jsp, this we need to run. Then second.jsp, third.jsp. Now, let us write this code. So right click on project and say new JSP file. First.jsp. Here we'll go with the messages like this is first page. Now we'll include second. Now to include second, JSP colon include. We can use the tag JSP colon include. Use the attribute page equal to, go with the page which you want to include, second.jsp. Now we want to include, we want to go with a message. This is end of first page. This is end of first page. Now create second.jsp. Right click on project and say new JSP file. Second.jsp. Here we'll go with the messages like this is second page. Then we'll say JSP colon include page equal to third.jsp. From first we are including second, from second we are including third. Then again we'll say this is end of second page. Now create third.jsp. Third.jsp. Here we'll go with the message. This is first page, third page. This is third page. Now run the code from first.jsp. See the result. Result is important to understand. See how the output is coming, the response. This is first page. From first it is going to second. From second it is going to third. Again the control is coming back to previous pages. See, this is end of second page. This is end of first page. So in the case of include, the response is handled by all the JSP pages here. Now instead of include, let us go with forward. Copy this piece of code, Control C, keep the code in comments, Control Shift /, then paste the code. Now instead of include, replace with forward. Now come to second.jsp, copy this piece of code, Control C, keep the code in comments, Control Shift /, then paste the code, then say instead of include, forward. Now run this first.jsp, run this. See the response. Now we are getting only this is third page. So in the case of forward, the control is going to the next pages, but the control is not coming to previous pages. So when you want to handle the response by all the pages, then go with include, else we go with forward. So what is the difference between include and forward? In case of JSP :include, the response is handled by all the JSP pages. Whereas in case of JSP :forward, the response is handled by only the last page. Clear? Any questions? No. Next one, simple tag JSP :param. Param means parameters. Use it to send the parameters, means some data, from one JSP page to another JSP page. From one JSP page to another JSP. Let us understand with the program. JSP param1.jsp, this we need to run, and JSP param2.jsp. So from param1, we'll send some data to param2. Right click on project and send new JSP file, JSP param1.jsp. Then here say JSP :forward page equal to JSP :forward page equal to JSP param2.jsp. Means from param1 we are connecting to param2. Now let us send some data. How to send data is JSP :param. Name of the parameter will say employee name, value equal to some value. So we are creating a parameter employee name and sending that value Raj to this param2 now. So this is the way to send data from one page to another page. Now come to right click on project and create a new JSP file, JSP param2. Now here you take the value of employee name. Employee name, how to take the value? Percentage equal to expression tag, request.get parameter of, what is the parameter name? EMP name. That's it. Now see, when we run this param1, we get see the value of employee name here. So whenever you want to send some data from one page to another page, we make use of this param tag, a simple tag here. Now the next concept, this is very important, and this is the main thing for today's class. Now, what is that is using Java beans in JSP. Using Java beans in JSP. So what is this Java bean is? A Java bean is a class, is a public class, with private properties, and public setters and getter methods for every property. Let me explain. If you take a class, public class employee, here we go with the private properties, data members like private int, employee number, private string, employee name, then private double salary. So these are our private properties, data members. Now for every property you want to give the value. How to give the value? Setter method. I want to take the value of property, then we go with getter. Setter means giving the value to the property, getter means returning the value of the property. So here we go with public void set envo which takes envo as argument. Then we'll say this dot envo equal to envo. Okay. Public int get envo. When you call the method get envo, which returns the value of the property, return envo. So like that, we can have setters and getter methods for every property, right? So set ename, get ename, set salary, get salary, like that. So what is the advantage of doing this one is to hold the data in the form of objects. So when you want to hold employee details, then we create object of employee and we hold the data. So playing with object oriented only, this Java Bean classes. So we hold the data in the form of objects. So employee means employee class, student means student class, book means book class, customer means customer class. Like that, we are going to create the Java Bean classes mainly to hold the data in the form of objects. So this concept is very, very important as we go to the next topics like frameworks. So we'll be keep on using this Java Bean classes mainly to hold the data in the form of objects. And one more point, the method name should start with a set and get only. The method name should start with get and set. And here if you are taking the method name like emp number, then this is not Java Bean class now. It's an ordinary class. It will become ordinary class. So the method name should match with the property name here. Here envo, compulsory we should take envo. Ename means ename only. Salary means salary only. The method names should match with our property names and they should start with set and get only. Then only we call it as Java Bean class. Clear the rules, all of you? The Java Bean class. So it's very simple to create in Eclipse. Now, let us understand this more with the diagram. Java Beans in JSP. Let us go with the Java Bean. So this is our Java Bean class. Now, let us create one HTML file, a welcome file, which is going to accept the employee details. So here we create emp.html. Here we accept the employee details like employee number, employee name, and employee salary. And one button, save employee. Now we go with the text fields to accept the user input, employee number, employee name, and salary. And one submit button. Then let us go with the name of the text fields like envo, ename, and salary. These are the name of the text fields to read the form data using these names. Now let us fill some data like employee number 101, employee name some name, and employee salary some salary. Now when we click on this save employee, we'll connect to a JSP file. Let me take the name of the JSP file as save employee.jsp. In this save employee.jsp, what we want to do is we want to read this form data. So to read this form data, we'll go with the script tag. Here we'll write form data like this. int env equal to, I'm writing shortcut in the document, integer dot parseInt. I'm writing shortcuts here, integer dot parseInt request dot get parameter of env, right? I'm writing part of the code only. So first we are taking the value of your env request dot get parameter of env. This 111 will be taken. Since the return type of request dot get parameter method is string, but we are assigning to integer, so we have to do the parsing here. Then next one, string ename equal to request dot get parameter of ename. Then double salary equal to double dot parse double request dot get parameter of salary. So we have read the form data and as stored into these variables. Now create object of employee. Create object of employee class. Employee emp equal to new employee. Then we have to call the setter methods emp dot set env and pass your env value. So when you say emp dot set env, this env value will come and store into this argument set env, and that is given to the property name env. In that way, your employee number is ready with our value. Similar way, emp dot set ename and pass your ename value. Then emp dot set salary and pass your salary value. That's it. Now the object is ready with values. Now, once the object is ready, then based on the requirement, we use that object. See, now when you are writing the code in this format, it is having some drawbacks. The drawbacks are like, in future to this employee class, if you add something like designation, if you add a new property like designation, then what we need to do? We need to come back to this piece of code. We need to come back to this piece of code and modify this code here. So we have to say request.get parameter of designation and invoke the setter method again. So that means whenever our Java Bean class is getting updated, we have to come to this file, save employee and update our code. And one more, like if Java Bean class is having 100 properties, if Java Bean class is having 100 properties, then how many lines of code we write here? Approximately 200. 100 for calling request.get parameter and 100 lines for setter methods. Approximately 200 lines we write. And one more drawback, parsing. We have to convert into the respective property data type. So these are the drawbacks with this code. And the solution given by JSP for this one is, the solution given by JSP is simple 2 lines of code. How many properties the Java Bean class may have and whatever the data type it may be, the solution is only 2 lines. That is just using the tag JSP colon use bean. JSP colon use bean, ID equal to emp, the object name, ID equal to emp, and say class equal to employee. We are referring to which Java Bean class? Employee class. Now, once we connect to the Java Bean class employee, now we want to invoke the setter methods. How to invoke? JSP colon set property, JSP colon set property, name equal to emp. So we are referring to this ID emp. This is our object name now. Then say property equal to star. Property equal to star. That's it. With these 2 lines, your emp object is ready with the values what you have filled over here. So what is going to happen? This 111 will go to this set env method, Raj will go to set ename method, 8000 will go to set salary method. How it knows that these values should go to the respective methods? How it knows? This property names and this HTML form field names should match. If they are same, then only it will go to the respective setter methods. So what is the rule we have to remember here? The HTML form field names and Java Bean class property names should be same. So then only we can make it possible. Clear this concept, all of you? Any questions? Now let us write the complete code of this. Let's develop this application now. Create a package, mypack, in web project. So generally we create Java Bean classes in package. So not mandatory. Suggestion. Create a Java Bean class employee in mypack package. Now let us write these codes now. So in our project, right click and say new package. Go with the name mypack. Say finish. Then in this package, right click and say new class employee. Now go with the properties. Private int envo, private string ename, private double salary. Now we have to generate setters and getters. So how many setter methods, how many getter methods? 3 for setter and 3 for getter. So depends on the number of properties, that means setters and getters we have to generate. How to generate is very simple. Just right click in this program area, right click on employee.java and go to source. In source, you can see the option C, generate getters and setters. Now select all, click on select all and say generate. That's it. Your code is ready here. Set envo, get envo. Set ename, get ename. Set salary, get salary. So that's the reason I said Java Bean concept is very, very simple. Let me document. Generating setters and getter methods. Right click on employee.java and say source, generate getters and setters. Click select all, click generate. That's it. Very simple. Now let us create a welcome page where we accept the user input. So create a welcome page. Let me say emp.html in web project. So right click on web project and say new HTML file emp.html. Design the form action equal to save employee .jsp. Now design the form employee number, input type equal to text, name equal to envo. The names are important here. Employee name, input type equal to text, name equal to ename. Employee salary, input type equal to text, name equal to salary. And one submit button, input type equal to submit, val equal to save employee. Val equal to save employee. Right? Now when you click on this button save employee, it connects to save employee.jsp. And one more very important point, what we should remember, what are the names we have given to this JavaBean class property names, that same names only we have to use it for our HTML form fields. Then only the application is going to work here. Right? Now create this save employee.jsp. Create a JSP file, save employee.jsp in web project. Save employee.jsp. Right click on web project and say new JSP file, save employee.jsp. Now here we have to connect to the JavaBean class. How to connect? Using the tag JSP colon use bean id equal to emp, the object name emp, referring to the class mypack.employee. So we have to mention with the package name mypack.employee and say scope equal to session. So the meaning of scope equal to session is like, so the data what you have filled in this emp.html, from this we are navigating to save employee, right? So navigating between the pages only we see session here. So the data what you have filled here need to be used to make this object ready. That's the reason we are saying scope equal to session. So we are just taking the data from previous page. That's the meaning of session. Now, once we connect to this JavaBean class employee, now we have to invoke the setter methods. How to invoke? JSP colon set property name equal to emp. So this id whatever you have given, that only we have to provide here. Then say simply say property equal to star. That's it. With these two lines, your emp object is ready with values. Since we set star, it is going to invoke all the setter methods. If you want to invoke only set env method, just pass here env property equal to env. Then only set env method will be invoked. So when you say star, all the setter methods will get invoked. Right? Clear this concept up to here? Now, this object is ready with values. Now we want to invoke the getter methods. So to invoke that, let us go with one file ahref equal to display employee.jsp display employee. So when we click on this hyperlink display employee, it connects to this display emp.jsp. This will take care of invoking the getter methods. And we want to display this employee data in tabular format. So the next step, create a JSP file display emp.jsp in web project. And finally, run the application emp.html. Now create display employee, right click on project and say new JSP file display emp.html. Sorry, JSP, right? Now here the first step again, we have to connect to JavaBean class. How to connect? JSP colon use bean id equal to emp, referring to the class mypack.employee, scope equal to session. Now we have to invoke the getter methods and we want to display the data in tabular format. So create a table. Create a table border, then create a table row. In the first row, we go with the table heading, employee number. Now table data. In this table data, we should display the value what you have entered in employee number text field, the value present in employee number. So we want to invoke the getter method. How to invoke getter method? JSP colon get property. We have to use which tag? JSP colon get property. Name equal to emp. This ID we have to mention. Name equal to emp and say property equal to engo. So in the case of getter, we cannot go with star. We have to pull out one property separately. Close our table. So similar way, go with the remaining rows. Employee name, the value of ename. Employee salary, the value of salary. That's it. So this completes our total application. Now run the code from emp.html. Fill the data, employee number, employee name, and some salary. Now when we click on save employee, now the object is ready with values. Now when you click on display employee, it's going to show our data in tabular format here. Got it everyone? Any questions? So this concept is very important. We'll keep on using this Java Bin classes almost every day from next class onwards. So every day we are going to use this concept. So in Hibernate Framework, in Spring Framework, when we come to microservices, every place we use this Java Bin concepts. Okay, very important. Please recap today's class compulsory. The next class, Monday, we'll be entering into the next part of our course, that is frameworks. And initially, we'll start off with Hibernate Framework. Right? Thank you all.